Hi guys, this is Wenzes from Below the Radar Above the System, and now I want to talk about the social circle we're craving for, and the fantasies we want to live out, and everything how we imagine our life to be that is not in reality. I've talked in a lot of videos how we have to accept that what is, and to understand that our mind is separate from the reality we live in. But that does not mean that you cannot create that fantasy that you have in your head in your true life. And one thing of those main obstacles, I think, is that we look around and we see everything that I need in order to have my fantasy fulfilled is not out there. So the people who will actually appreciate my coolness, the people who appreciate my quirkiness, the people who will actually benefit and get excited about the energy and everything I put out there in the world, they do not exist outside. Because the last years, everywhere I go, people completely just, they don't see me. They don't see me at all. This thing is really keeping us from really going somewhere and really creating that life, because all we've ever learned is that what we want, what we see, we cannot find outside, and everything that we need. But the truth is that all those people, let's stick to people for the first time. All those people you're looking for, they do exist, and they do exist actually right outside of you. But the difference is that since we are not putting that kind of energy out of this is who I am, this is who I want to be, and then I'm just gonna look who can actually benefit me from that. Since we're not putting this energy out, we don't see all those people. All we see are those other people who are actually not giving us what we want. And since this is what we expect, this is what we get. And as I said also in the last video today, it's not like this is not like some esoteric thing I'm talking about. It's just, if I, for example, once I did the big shift, a lot of people in my life changed. On the one hand, I let go of a lot of people who are not appreciative of me. And when I say they weren't appreciative of me, I mean people who didn't see me as anything special. They didn't see me as anything extraordinary or somebody who really makes their life better. And I let go of all those people. Before, I didn't let go of all those people because I thought, well, I have to convince them. I have to make them understand. And if they don't see it, then I'm really not extraordinary and there's really nothing special about me, and so on. And once I did that shift in my head, I really let go of all those people and started, looking for all those people who do really see that, and to actually make connections and open myself up to new people who will live in my kind of mental sphere, who will get me somehow. And this is something I think we all should do. And the big shift in this is that you kind of understand, I don't need to make somebody like really understand me. If they don't see it, then I have to really do everything to get my needs met by myself as much as I can. I think this is the main thing. I think this shift of acting more out of who I want to be, as I talked in the other video, creating who you want to be. And once you have that, then automatically all those people change around you. And all those people you're looking for, they do exist. They really do exist. I think this was one of the scariest things for me, that I thought once I do that, once I become who I want to be, and I don't let people treat me a certain way, then all those people are not going to like me. Well, they didn't. Most of them really didn't. Some of them actually changed with me, but most of them didn't. They went away. But through my new energy, I was actually open to a lot of new people, because there were other things I was looking for. All those things that I didn't allow in myself, for example, to be ambitious. I always thought I'm not allowed to be ambitious because ambitious is selfish and so on. So what I did, I looked for people who were ambitious around me, or not even ambitious in a way, but who were thinking more about themselves. I was, wanted to be around those people so I could project that onto them. They can do that. And so I didn't have to do that. The moment I took care of that stuff for me, I didn't need those people anymore. Because those were things I actually could take care of myself. And then I knew, okay, I don't need these people around me if they do not give me what I need. That kind of recognition I need. So, and then on the other hand, since I was able to get there, I realized, well, what else do I want? Well, I want connection. So I was then more open to people who I kind of didn't really see before, because I was so concentrated on making those other people like me enough to kind of keep me in their life. So as in a way of, I was good enough to be in their circle. In a way, I was, trying to do that so to get their energy in that kind of way that I wasn't allowing in myself. That once I was able to do that, then I wasn't expecting that, that selfishness from other people, for example. This is just an example. You can do it with people who are artistic. I also had this thing about I didn't allow myself to be creative, so I wanted creative people around me all the time. And I was also willing to have creative people around me at a price of, them not seeing me and really not sticking up for myself and what I wanted to be. That, it got really dysfunctional. But now that I allow myself to be creative, creative as much as I want to be, I look at all those people who are maybe not that creative, and actually, I still want to have them in my life. Because having this creativity around me is not that big of a issue anymore, because I've incorporated it into my own life. And so now I'm looking for people who have other qualities that I really appreciate and that I like. And I'm not as judgmental with other people and expecting so much of them, because most of the things I want in my life, I'll take care of by myself. And I believe that everybody's capable of that. It's not said that we have to be completely independent. In the end, we want to be interdependent in our, social group, with our family members, with our friends, with our intimate partner. Having an interdependence that we depend on each other is a very beautiful thing, and I think we're made for this. But in a lot of ways, we depend on others to give us a certain kind of happiness that we can give to ourselves that we are just not allowing ourselves. It's like having a girl who never really tells her boyfriend that she wants a present for her birthday when this is all she wants. But she thinks, well, if he doesn't think of it himself, then, I don't want it, in a way. When in reality, she should realize, well, people are sometimes not that. They can't look into your head. They cannot look into your head, especially then when you're not really telling them what is in there. They're not psyches. Not all people are psychics like that. So it was, it's on her to tell him, listen, I want a present for my birthday, which is, something most people would find, self-explanatory. But for some people I've met, some of my friends, it's not. And I also had those tendencies. And now I know, no, listen, I want a present for my birthday. This is what I expect from my friends, because this is what I would do for your birthday. And once you say that, once you yourself give yourself those presents too, and once you expect from other people to do that, then they will kind of also do that. And at the same time, you'll see how once you put your needs out there, the right people will show up. The right people will show up because there are millions of people around you. You can meet them on the internet. You can meet them in your real life. It's also the jobs you choose. Once I really was able to say, no, I'm going to be ambitious. I am ambitious. This is who I want to be. I really was able to go for a job that I really wanted. That was actually not below me in my ambition kind of way. I always hold myself back, and now the last couple of months I've been working, at the market leader in my field, which is, I work in banking. I consult banks on capital markets issues and stuff like this, and in my area, in my country, I'm, working with the top companies there, and the level is much higher, and I'm finally allowed to show all my strength, because at that place I'm not scared that it's gonna be too much, because everybody around me kind of like really appreciates that. So once I do that and I really go for those things, I go to this job, and suddenly there are people around me who actually are not intimidated by me, who really appreciate who I am and what I do. And it's the same thing with those videos. Having this group of us, this is something that you created as much as me by going there, by being in that circle, by creating all those new things. So if you change, you'll see that everybody you're looking for, that you think that is necessary for you to have that life you want, is actually all around you. They're everywhere. Those people are everywhere. It's just you, by creating yourself, as I talked in the video before, and going after those things that are important to you, you automatically get together with people who think like you in certain ways. They're not gonna think like you in every certain field. I have some friends with which I share my artistic things. I have some friends which I share my philosophical and psychological things, the INFJ things. And then there are people at work that I like to share my analytical stuff with, and I have those circles, and I have friends I have fun with, and so on. But I'm only able to do that because I shifted my mind. I started creating myself. I started becoming who I wanted to be. And I actively went out and changed my life and changed the people around me. I was not satisfied with having all those people around me who are not giving me anything. So have that in mind. And don't be afraid that those people you're looking for do not exist. They do exist. You just have to find them. That's all. Okay. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.